Europe is home to some of the most fascinating cultures, histories, and traditions in the world. But along with that rich heritage, it also has some of the weirdest, most unusual laws that will make you do a double take. These laws, some outdated and others downright bizarre, have persisted for years and might leave you scratching your head in disbelief. Buckle up as we explore some of the weirdest laws in Europe that still exist today. In France, it's illegal to name a pig Napoleon. If you're ever in France and thinking of adopting a pig, don't even think about calling it Napoleon. That's right, under French law, it's illegal to name a pig after the famous French Emperor, Napoleon Bonaparte. This law stems from the fact that Napoleon is considered a highly respected historical figure, and using his name for something as humble as a pig was deemed disrespectful. While it's unlikely anyone would knowingly break this law, it remains a quirky piece of French legislation that hasn't been repealed. So if you happen to adopt a pig in France, remember to choose a name that's not linked to any famous national figures, especially not one as iconic as Napoleon. Who would have thought that naming a pet could have political consequences? In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig. Guinea pigs are adored by pet lovers across the world. But in Switzerland, owning a guinea pig is taken very seriously, so much so that it's actually illegal to own just one. The reason behind this law is that guinea pigs are social animals that thrive in groups. A solitary guinea pig can experience loneliness, stress, and even depression, which is why Swiss lawmakers made it a requirement to own at least 2 guinea pigs to ensure their well-being. While this law may seem unusual, it reflects Switzerland's strong commitment to animal rights and welfare. So if you plan to get a guinea pig in Switzerland, make sure you're prepared for a pair. No solo guinea pigs allowed. In Denmark, it's illegal to start a car if there's someone underneath it. In Denmark, there's a rather bizarre law that prohibits starting a car if there's someone under it. This law was likely created to protect mechanics and individuals working on vehicles, ensuring they don't accidentally start a car while someone is underneath. While this might sound like a no-brainer, the fact that it's specifically legislated suggests that it was a common concern at some point. Imagine being in Denmark and forgetting to check under your car before starting it. Technically, you'd be breaking the law. While it's unlikely this law is enforced regularly, it's a reminder to always be cautious when working around vehicles, whether you're in Denmark or anywhere else. In the UK, it's illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament. It may sound absurd, but in the United Kingdom, it's technically illegal to die within the Houses of Parliament. The law stems from an old British tradition where anyone who died within the walls of Parliament would be entitled to a state funeral, which the government wanted to avoid. This law, while rarely enforced, was designed to prevent the potential logistical nightmare and expenses of providing a grand funeral for someone who passed away in the House. Now, while it's extremely unlikely that anyone will be arrested for dying in Parliament anytime soon, it remains a bizarre piece of legislation. Imagine someone trying to time their death just outside the building to avoid a royal funeral. In Spain, it's illegal to walk around without a shirt in some places. Spain is known for its sunny weather, and many people like to take advantage of that by enjoying outdoor activities in a relaxed setting. However, in certain parts of Spain, it's illegal to walk around without a shirt, particularly in areas where it might be considered offensive or inappropriate to the local culture. This law is primarily enforced in areas where respect for public decorum is a priority, such as in parts of Barcelona and some other tourist-heavy cities. While walking around shirtless in a public park or beach might not raise an eyebrow, do it in the wrong area and you might be fined. If you're planning to stroll through Spain's beautiful cities, be mindful of where and when you take off your shirt. It could cost you. In Italy, it's illegal to die in the town of Falciano del Masico. In the small town of Falciano del Masico, Italy, a strange and morbid law still exists. It's technically illegal to die there. The town passed this peculiar law due to an overcrowded cemetery and a lack of space for more graves. In an attempt to address the issue, the local government declared that residents could not be buried in the town's cemetery if they passed away. While it's highly unlikely that anyone has been arrested for dying in this town, it reflects the lengths to which some communities will go to manage logistical issues. If you're planning to visit Falciano del Masico, remember that death is frowned upon, at least from a bureaucratic standpoint. In Greece, it's illegal to wear high heels at ancient monuments. In Greece, the law prohibits wearing high heels when visiting ancient monuments like the Acropolis. The reasoning behind this law is to preserve the integrity of these ancient structures. High heels could damage the delicate marble surfaces, and it's believed that by wearing flat shoes, visitors will help preserve the historic sites for future generations. While this law may seem like a small inconvenience for those looking to dress up for a day of sightseeing, it's part of Greece's commitment to safeguarding its cultural heritage. So if you're planning to visit the Acropolis or other ancient Greek monuments, leave the stilettos at home and opt for comfortable footwear. In France, it's illegal to kiss on train platforms. In France, the romance capital of the world, you might think that kissing in public would be encouraged. However, French law prohibits kissing on train platforms. This law was established to ensure that train schedules were kept on time, as public displays of affection were causing delays by distracting passengers and making it harder to board trains efficiently. While this law is certainly strange and somewhat out of touch with France's reputation as a country of romance, it still holds true in some places. So if you're in France and waiting for your train, save the kiss for later. The law says it's better to keep your passion in check while at the station. In Switzerland, it's illegal to flush the toilet after 10 p.m. in an apartment building. In Switzerland, where rules are taken very seriously, there's an unusual law that restricts flushing the toilet after 10 p.m. in apartment buildings. The reason behind this law is to prevent disturbing neighbors with loud noises at night. This includes not just toilets, but any other loud activities, like vacuuming or playing music, which could disturb the quiet hours in residential buildings. While this law is clearly focused on maintaining peace and tranquility, it's hard to imagine a toilet flush being disruptive enough to warrant legal intervention. But in Switzerland, the law is the law. So if you're living in an apartment, make sure you time your bathroom breaks carefully after 10 p.m. In Hungary, it's illegal to speak loudly in public. In Hungary, there's a law against speaking loudly in public. This law was created to maintain public order and ensure that people could enjoy peace and quiet in public spaces. It's seen as a matter of respect and consideration for those around you. While it's not enforced everywhere, in certain areas like libraries, museums, and quiet zones in public places, speaking loudly could get you into trouble. So if you're planning on visiting Hungary, remember that it's not just about being polite. There's a legal requirement to keep your voice down in certain public spaces. In a world where people can sometimes get a bit carried away with their conversations, this law stands as a reminder of the importance of respecting others' need for peace. Europe is filled with fascinating cultures, and these bizarre laws are a reminder of how legal systems can evolve in the most unexpected ways. While some of these laws may seem completely out of touch with modern society, they reflect the unique histories and traditions of each country. Have you ever encountered any strange laws where you live? Let us know in the comments below. Who knows, maybe there's a quirky law in your hometown that's just as bizarre as some of these.